Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Mesa Ridge 291 RLS. I'm here to walk you around the unit, show you how to utilize a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's talk about arriving at the campsite. A couple things I want you to take in mind. You got slides on both sides. You're going to take them into consideration when you're parking. Make sure nothing's going to touch your slides. And also where your water and electricity hookups are, so you can park accordingly. Your docking station for your water is here at the rear, right along with your power. So park accordingly so you can use their utilities. Now, part of your unhitching, which our hitch man will go through with you. Here's your landing legs. Here's where you extend or retract them. You'll hand pull this to lower these, and then you'll get it level. Use your extension legs. Here's a docking light, should you be docking at night. Right in the front. Alright, let's talk about leveling. As I said, your landing legs will be here in the front. Coming around to the back of your unit, you do have an auto leveling power stabilizing jacks. Once your unit's level, you're just going to extend these jacks down. See that one coming down the other side? Now you're only going to want to bring these down until they're taut. I highly recommend jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks. See how they just touched over there? Doing some hitch work behind us. So you're only going to want to bring these down lower down until you're taut. You don't want to lift your unit at all. Remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. As I had said with the jack pads, put them down. They're going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot tire, asphalt. Directions for using that right here in the back. Once we've got our unit stable, next thing we're going to do is hook up our power. Power cord comes with your unit. You have a 50 amp service here. Show you how these hook up. This is a enter, twist, and then twist on your gray. Now you do have 50 amp service here. Should you need to plug into 30, you have this dog bone. It's going to bring you from 50 down to 30. And should you ever need to plug into 110, in your convenience pack also is this 30 amp to 110 to plug in at home. Just remember, using 110, you only want to run one air conditioner. Got our power hooked up. Next thing we're going to hook up is our water. Here's our docking station. First and foremost, most important thing, water pressure regulator. This is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Most trailers have a 60 psi max, so you definitely want to use this all the time. Now, this one's pretty simple. Directions are right here. Tank fill or city. So we're going to hook up city first. We're going to hook up our water pressure regulator. We're going to point the handle down to city. And before turning on our hose, we're going to go to our hot water heater. On your off-camp side, in front of your slides, your hot water heater. First thing you want to do is make sure that you've put your plug back in. Drain plug will go in here. You may have left it out from last time you were camping. Put that drain plug in. Once that drain plug's in, you can go ahead and turn on your water. Once your water's ran for a few minutes, you're gonna pull this pressure release valve. It's gonna let air out, and then water will flow steadily out of here. Once water's flowing steadily, you know you've got enough water to go ahead and fire up your hot water heater indoors. Now, should you be using potable water, say you're going off camp, come back around here to the rear of your unit, we're gonna go to tank fill. Just gonna lift this like this, fill it the same way. Again, burp your hot water heater or let the air out. But remember, when using potable water, you're gonna use your water pump. The only time you use your water pump is when you're using your potable water. You don't need it when you're using city water. So we've got our water hooked up, our electricity hooked up, and we'll walk around the unit and show you a few more things. To hold this up, simply put this flap down here. It'll lean a little. This is spray port, black tank flush, which we'll talk about when dumping our tanks. You do have a blue hose with a cord that you can spray the unit off or spray yourself off after a long day at the beach. This is a release for your microwave. These are access to the back of your fridge. Again, your hot water heater. To the left of that is your furnace heat release. Your big storage there. Spray port I was talking about. Up here, your propane tanks with a regulator. Simply point at the tank that you wish to use. Above that, your docking light and landing control legs. Big storage area up here where your battery's at. Coming around to this side, for now on your campsite, your other propane tank. That's just the spare that you take with you. Above that, if you're on solar charge, should you hook a solar panel up, you can plug it in there and it'll trickle charge your batteries. Your big storage through here, your manual hand cranks, should your slides not work. Your awning with speakers on the ends of your awnings. When you bring your awning out, you're only going to bring it out until your flap is at 90 degrees. You have a pet leash and your solid steps, which I'll show you how to close up when you're leaving the campsite. And on your campsite, you have a couple of 110s and your cable connect. Your unit is prepped for a Furrion backup camera. Should you decide to purchase that through our store, the device will set on your dash and electronically communicate with that. And you have your steps for climbing up and checking your seals. So, back, should you get a bumper grill, you do have a quick connect LP. About it on the outside, let's take a look on the inside. Alright, as soon as we walk in the unit, and you always know by your entryway will be your fire extinguisher. Come straight ahead. In this cabinet is your control panel. It's to control your two slides. This is to control your two awnings. You have a big awning on the front and you have an awning on your campsite slide. Remember, just run them out until the flap falls down to 90 degrees and then you know you're out far enough. Interior and exterior lighting. The water pump that you use if you're using potable water. Here's where you'll light your hot water heater if you're hooked up to gas. And here's where you hook it up if you're hooked up to electricity. Here's where you check your tanks. That's your battery. And all your tanks empty. Below that on the floor is an access panel to your fuse box and breaker box. It looks like you have mostly 15s in there. A couple 20s. Recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Right around the corner next to this 110 is your 12 volt carbon monoxide detector. Now the reason I've mentioned that it's 12 volt is it's constantly running off your batteries. So should you not be camping for the day and you're off grid, you're not hooked up to power, make sure you use the battery disconnect so that you don't allow this to run your battery down. Coming over to your fridge here. You have different modes. This is where you change your temperature, 5 being the coldest. Mode right now is on auto, which means as soon as you're plugged in It's on electricity. As soon as you unplug, it becomes gas. Change your mode to just electricity, or just gas, or the auto. Coming over to your stove here. This glass makes an excellent backsplash. Simply turn this to light, hit your spark, and you've got fire. You do have a light and fan and self-explanatory microwave. Do have some individual one-touch lighting around here. Another 110 here. Great spot for a coffee pot. And your pantry. More lighting. This one-touch lighting is great. You can dim all your lights at night. You're currently grabbing your TV to throw in here. Your Furion sound system. Dual zone speakers. Turn everything on here and change your modes here. Speakers will play indoors or out. One thing I want to mention on the fireplace. They're not just about looks anymore. So if you're camping somewhere and you're plugged in and it's getting a little chilly at night or in the morning, turn on this fireplace. Instead of using your gas to warm it up, you can turn on some heat, turn on your fire at different levels, and warm it up in here quickly. A couple of 110s next to your sofa here. You have more one-touch lighting here. Fold your sofa down into a bed for you real quick. Show you how that works. They have Velcro backs. What we call a tri-fold sofa. I find it best to stand in the middle. Bring the arms out. Lift out. And then fold your back down. There you have your extra bed. Reverse the process, turn it back into a sofa. As I said, standing in the middle seems to work best, gives you good leverage. And these will Velcro right back to the back. You do have heat and massage and USBs and accent lighting here. Cup holders and a great place for the remote. We'll see if they stay there. Parachute pull recliners. It's like a parachute pull here. You hold it, pull up on it, and your recliner comes out. You'll have a handle on each side, right by your USB ports. You have your dinette with storage under your seating, as well as under your table. There's all your paperwork. It's on a nice hydraulic there to extend your table to get even longer. Open the ceiling. These are your return air vents. Over here on the wall is your Dometic thermostat. Turn on the fan, turn on your air conditioning, turn on your heat, or turn it off. Coming up now into your bathroom, you have another 110 here. Fan and light. Remember, you do have plumbing under your sink and behind your toilet to keep an eye on. The wardrobe slide. The lights in here. You have a 110 next to the beds as well. A hand crank vent, no fan. And your unit is also prepped for a television back here in the bathroom or in the bedroom. Speaking of that, on your television cable, there's a little button here. Before scanning for channels, hit that red button. That's a digital channel booster. You're going to pick up more channels. Your control for your bedroom slide out is up here. And the controls for down here are both here. So one thing to take into consideration when closing your slides, make sure this door is closed. You don't want this handle catching anything. Make sure your chairs are secure. You have a strap there system that you can strap your chairs in. About covers everything on the inside. Let's go take a look on the outside and act like we're leaving the campsite. Grabbing a sewage hose. A couple things we're going to do. Of course, we're going to close our slides. We're going to bring up our leveling jacks into, or stabilizing jacks in the back. We do have a couple main water drains, low point drains to empty. So that's gray holding tank, don't flush that one. But pull both of those. It's a low point drain. Let all the water out of there. Come to your hot water heater. Pull your drain plug. And then pull up to the docking station. I want you to notice where your sewage is, toward the front on your driver's side. You go there, hook up your sewage hose, and pull your black tank. Listen for a few. When it sounds like your black tank is empty, you're going to come back here again to your docking station. And you're going to hook up your water pressure regulator again. And plug into your black tank flush. This black tank flush is going to spray out your black tank, clean it out rather nicely for you. After that's ran for a while, go ahead, unhook your water, close your black tank, and then pull your gray tank. After you pull this gray tank, come on over here and pull this last gray tank. After your gray tanks have been pulled, that's going to clean out your sewage hose rather nicely. Take and store that in a sanitary place. Again, thank you for your purchase. You guys have picked a beautiful rig. Enjoy this Mesa Ridge for many years to come. Happy camping.